Welcome to Six Picks Music Club, bonus content.
Howdy how, listener. Welcome back to another episode of Six Picks Music Club, the bonus content. This is the Clip Show Part 2, where we're going to pull together a bunch of our different conversations over this last year. We think they're pretty funny. I think you might as well. And so sit back and enjoy as we relive some of our favorite moments of 2024. And if you've been a listener with us for the whole year, you probably know that Jeffro's a bit of a talker. So here again, we've got another quality Jeff story where he tells us how it is.
Made a visit to the tactical gear store.
Oh.
That's what I'm going to tell you about.
Guns and knives and things?
Not guns. So I'm in Canada, so not guns.
Oh.
But it's all the other stuff. So when you go to the gun shop that outfits police officers with stuff, it's that, but it's everything but guns.
Costumes and the stuff.
You could get like tactical vests and knives and flashlights and all the good stuff, but you just can't get guns there.
Like militia gear. Yeah.
Militia gear. Yeah. So I go to Etobicoke and I have to pick up a crib that we ordered because we're having a child soon. And it was from like this lovely French man that has a nursery in the city, and then he goes to his shop and has things delivered. And so I was doing something that was like very domestic, but on the way I saw a tactical gear supply store and I was like, I had been looking for some tactical gear. Which I had. I wanted a telescoping baton.
Why?
We have very big and menacing raccoons around here that are troubling. And they climb. This is true. I live next to a laneway, and one of them, he looked at me when I was walking down the laneway in the middle of the night, and we made eye contact. And he kept staring at me, and he was like, and he turned his head slowly and then shinnied up this light pole 30 feet in the air and jumped onto my third floor balcony. Like while I was watching him do it, and I was like, oh my God. And so I was just thinking to myself, what if I open that balcony door and this fucking raccoon jumps in at me and just the scene from Elf, like just starts eating my neck off. So anyways, I go in after I went and picked up the crib from the very nice tiny French guy. I go to the tactical gear store and I like
Militia.
Yeah, militia store. I kind of like steeled my reserve because I
have an aunt named Militia.
Militia Etheridge is her name. I know gun store dudes. I'm not a guns person myself, but I know what they are. And it's exactly as I expected. I go in, the guy's name is Dean. He has an extra large body in a large black shirt, so it's a little schmedium on him. It's a little small, a little bit of beard dandruff on it, he's got a cap that's real tight on his noggin. And I was like, sir, I'm looking for telescoping batons. And he was like, back there where the other guy is. And I was like, all right, cool, thanks. And so I went over and I looked, and then he like jumps up. He's like, let me show you a couple things about him, right? So he's just like, because he's just assertive man. It's funny because they're basically like macho fashionistas, these guys. They're not police. They're not military. They're people that do clothes for those guys. Do you know what I mean? Like clothes and accessories.
It's like Claire's for law enforcement.
It is. It's Claire's, but instead of teenage girls, it's for law enforcement. We just lost half of our listeners in Texas. So anyway, he gets one of the batons out. And he's like, what are you going to use this for? And I was like, I don't know, man. I got raccoons and I live on a laneway, so there's riffraff out there. And he was like, well, that's why I have a shotgun. And I was like, I'm sure you do, Dean. I'm sure you do. And he was like, anyways, this is how you use it. And he's like, you pull it out like this. He like jerked his arm back and I was like, okay, I'm cool. I feel okay. And he's like, let me talk to you about strike zones. And I was like, oh, here we go. Please. So he's like, you get it out like this. And if you want to put him on the ground and run away, then you're going to want to hit him right here in the neck. I was like, in the neck, dude. I'm trying to kill a guy, and he's like, I mean, it's not going to kill him. It's gonna debilitate and demoralize him, but not kill him. And I was like, oh, okay. And he's like, but really what you want to do is you want to smash that forearm into bits or take it downtown to the knee. I swear he said that. And I was like, okay, cool. So what are we talking about? Price range? And so he was like, the difference between the ones that are really expensive and this one I just showed you is that you have to close this one like this. Whoa! You do have to close it by smashing it down on the ground.
Next up, we've got a little bit of our bullshitting topics where we just talk about things that don't really have anything to do with what we were talking about or our topic. It's just an idea maybe that comes up or someone's thinking about something. And this is our Chewing the Fat segments. Fro, I need to ask you some questions because a couple weeks back you were telling me about how you were so pissed that you didn't get tickets to that Mannequin Pussy show up in Toronto and that you splurged on like a VIP experience for the Modest Mouse show, right?
That's right, David. Yeah, I just, parenting had got really hard, and I thought...
Are you guys going to have another baby? No, you got your vasectomy. Never mind.
You could adopt another kid. That would be fun.
I think I would drive a motorcycle off of a cliff, because that'd be like a cool way to do it. Or I'd be one of those, like, just leave forever and never call anybody. Like...
I'm going out for smokes.
Yeah. I wish there was a study of guys that just up and left their family and went somewhere else. Because I just want to know what it's like, who those, there's a lot of them, right?
Just to have a tally and know what the numbers are.
I want to know a little bit more, but I also want to know like what they were thinking. And we never talked to those guys and go like, dude, you just left them? You just said, I know that this is going to fuck up all the kids, but I can't do it anymore. I just have to leave forever.
No way, dude. That's not what they're thinking. They're thinking, she trapped me. She knew it. I'm done. Like, it's all...
Is that what it is? He's just pissed at the lady about it?
You'd think that guy is going to take personal responsibility? No way. He is definitely blaming her, and he's getting the fuck out. And it's all her fault. She's the reason he had to leave and start a new life somewhere else.
So it's just misogyny.
Absolutely.
So it's more than just like a deadbeat dad registry where we document all of these folks that have left, but it's more of a study on the hows and the whys and where do they go? Because like they go somewhere where they're not like...
But do they do it as often now that there's internet and like People Finder and stuff so readily available? I don't think you can disappear as easily as you used to.
You have to create a whole new identity.
Yeah, and child support can track you down a lot easier.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they'll come get you, and you got to pay.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I think probably it happened more when there was just, like, the best way you could find somebody was a fucking telephone book,
But yeah,
and
now you go to Sonic and get a Route 44 and pay with your credit card, and then beep, 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 here you go.
Yeah.
Give us your paycheck.
Yeah, your child support's automatically debited from your bank account. Oh,
what
man.
That was a $4 drink.
Fuck.
What? Why else would I lose $15,000?
Yeah. Yeah, I know. That has really ruined my fantasy of Guadalajara forever. And maybe occasionally send a birthday card with a $5 bill.
But before we get out of here, we gotta check back in. Our email is getting bigger and bigger, so we got a new email this week that isn't super positive. Just give you guys a heads up on that, but I feel like it's fair to read it.
Theme with the episode.
Yeah, so thanks a lot. So this is from Bill in Boston, and he writes, "You assholes have no idea how hard it is to leave your child and remove yourself from their life. You don't know that it was the hardest thing I've ever had to do, and I did it to protect my son's life. 20 years ago, it wasn't okay to go to therapy and talk about my feelings or feel like the world was crushing the air out of my lungs. If I'd stayed, somebody was going to get hurt. And as much as I hated doing it, I did it for him and for me. So you've got no fucking right to call anyone a deadbeat dad because you never had to make that decision. Fuck you all. I'm never listening to you assholes again.
Jesus, what the fuck?
Could we say that he's also running away from our podcast? Favorite comedy movie, go.
I'm gonna say Joe Dirt.
Because you guys have the same mustache?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Dude, Russ just geared up the Reebok pumps and fucking came screaming in and tomahawk dunked on you, dude. It's one of those things, like, if you don't think it's funny, it's because you don't think Tenacious D is funny, and that's fine. Like, but it is
right.
A Tenacious D joint, and if you understand their bit, it's funny.
It's everything you want it to be. Like, it was everything I wanted it to be.
I feel like they stole that from Spike Lee, though. It was always a Spike Lee joint before it was a Tenacious D joint.
That is true.
Although, maybe he's talking about the literal joint, like of rolling a joint. God, I miss David Crosby on Twitter, rating people's joints.
What are you doing right now? Are you doing word association? Jesus fucking Christ, Russ. What's happening?
Joint. Spike Lee joint. Smoking a joint. Joint bank account.
Yeah, joint bank account. Anybody have one of those?
Joint elbows. Yes. Okay.
God. I think you did heroin in them. You're like the Lane Staley of this podcast right now.
All right, since we're trying to chill out, and this episode is going to be every bit of fucking 4 hours long, let's go on a tangent real quick. You got 2 seconds. Best insult in middle school. Go.
You're like, I bet you jerk your dad off. Oh my God.
What do you say to that? Oh, no, I don't. Like, the damage is done.
It is a perfect attack line. It's a perfect attack line. Yeah. Hey, what's that? What's that? White socks and sandals? I bet you jerk your dad off.
Oh my God.
He's like, all I was saying is that tattoos are cool. I didn't know. I didn't know it was going to be scorched fucking earth.
God.
Reebok pumps.
Yeah, dude, just crushing a kid.
We are first and foremost a music pod where we talk about 6 different songs fitting a theme. And so we couldn't leave you without a couple of different references to some of our favorite music conversations that we've had this last year.
So we said earlier, the song is about the commercialization of our lives, starting when we're children. And, they've come out, they fire shots at Cadbury, McDonald's, and specifically Roald Dahl, right? The song is
oh yeah,
a play on Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Dude, I've long thought Cadbury needs to get it.
They've been on your hit list for a while.
Yeah, dude, they just, here's more eggs, and I'm all like, fuck eggs, Cadbury.
I'm moving on to omelets, you son of a bitch.
I mean, you've always known that about me, Dave, that Cadbury just, in all of its abuses. Well, here's one thing. They're disrespectful to bunnies.
That's true.
It's like bunny blackface, chocolate bunnies. It's not okay.
Oh, no.
How have they not been canceled yet? That's just like...
Are they getting bunny consent?
Certainly not. And did they get the copyright infringement issue worked out with the image of that first bunny? No.
That bunny that's on every one of their molds never got any kickbacks, nothing. The family is destitute. Like, it's unbelievable.
They're living under a bridge right now. And he should be a billionaire. Whole family, all 58 of them.
Fucking Cadbury.
Louise is not my favorite NoFX song by any means, but if we're taking off the gloves for a song about fucking that fucks, then this fucking fuck song fucking fucks hard.
Let's see what you did there.
Yeah, thanks. We got a dom and a sub, both women, And it's a filthy song, but in the best way. We've got fucking, sucking dildos, front and back, remote control vibrators, crops, pierced labia secured with luggage locks, and piss drinking. Though that doesn't cover everything, and the song is only 1 minute, 50 seconds.
It's a real quickie.
Yeah, it is. I mean, like, nobody's actually fucking to this song, I don't think.
It depends. If you need to knock one out in 1:50, yeah, I could see it happening.
Yeah. Yeah, why not?
It's like Thanksgiving, turkey's coming out in 10 minutes. Like, let's go.
But it's not a sexy song by any means. That song is not sexy.
In your opinion, I guess. Treat my clit like bubblegum. I mean,
That's right.
hello.
I already do that.
You are a very considerate lover, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, I treat your clit like
Yeah.
bubblegum.
His ass clit is
Mhm.
the best.
An ass clit. I haven't heard of that.
That's the thing, huh?
Is that what the kids are doing these days?
It's just a dingleberry or something, right?
Yeah.
Oh man, my wife one time told this joke. She's like, "What do you call it when women have dingleberries from their period blood?" I said, "I don't know, honey. What could they ever call that?" She said, "Cranberries." There's like this oscillating kind of beat that's happening off tempo through the mid part of the song that's really interesting. And then like one of my favorite things is after the last verse, when it goes to the final section, there's this sort of drum fill. The engineer, he starts on the right side and then pans it hard left. So through each iteration, the fill pans to the left and then it pans back to the right. I think that's awesome.
My dick is panning hard left right now. Away from you.
But one of the things Tweety said about this record, he got nervous about the technology on Yankee Hotel Foxtrot. And if you need to have a certain amp or a certain pedal to make a song with what it is, then it isn't a song. I thought, yeah, all you idiots don't know what you're talking about. I got into an argument at a bar with a girl who said that to me. She was like, "It's not Yankee Hotel Foxtrot." And yeah, I think we ended up screaming at each other and we did not exchange numbers.
Wow, that sounds toxic.
Yeah, that was my alter ego. That was Mavid
Yeah.
talking for sure.
What are you even talking about, bro? Sky Blue Sky rules. And she's just like, I don't care, okay? I don't care that much.
Yeah, I was definitely the
Why
guy.
are you fucking yelling? Just leave me the fuck alone!
I compiled a list of like contenders for like what I thought would be a good guilty pleasure song for me, and I had a hard time choosing what it was. So the way I picked it was I made a playlist, I rolled the windows down, and I slow cruised through the grocery store parking lot with them playing really loud to see which one embarrassed me the most.
That is amazing.
Yeah, it was that was a really
That-
hard and stressful time for me.
It's amazing. The song is by Kid Rock, and the song is Cowboy. Houston Press called it one of the 10 worst songs about a cowboy, and I think there's a lot of reasons for it.
So, Dave, would you say that the cowboy song is what got you into country music?
No, I would say
Would you say that the cowboy song was what got you not laid during all of high school?
Well, I was not in high school when this song came out, I'll have you know.
Were you in college when that song came out?
I was indeed.
Was I in college?
It was 99, I don't think you were.
Oh, thank God. Thank God I wasn't in college and I decided to like it. That is, you should feel guilty.
Well,
Shame. 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 Dave's like,
okay,
hey,
yeah.
do you want to come to my place and smoke a bowl and wind down? And the woman at the bar's like, sure, I guess so. That sounds cool. And he's like, hey, have a little.
Mind if I put on a little music? Is that cool?
Just to set the mood. And it's like, it's like, Start an escort service for all the wrong reasons. Set up shop at the top of Four Seasons. And you're like, so do you want like an old fashioned or?
Lyrics.
I was just thinking today to have like a lyrics challenge or a lyrics interpretation bit or like what is this lyric bit? And so I just one popped into my head when I was urinating earlier. Okay, so 6th Avenue Heartbreak by the Wallflowers. He goes, the same black line that was drawn on you was drawn on me. And now it's drawn me in. What is the black line? Like we all just kind of blindly sang that and accepted that lyric. But that, what the hell is he? It doesn't even, it's not a metaphor, is it?
I mean, Jake, come on. Jakey D, like, break it down. What are you doing?
Yeah. Jacob with a K, guy. There's a black line. Okay. Is it heroin? It's always heroin, isn't it?
But no. It's the same. It's the same black line.
Yeah.
It's not just a black line. It's the same black line.
But it's also strangely, it's like trigonometry. I feel like I'm trying to solve a trigonometry problem. Do you know what I mean? Because, okay, it's the same black line. It was drawn on you. Okay, so there's a black line on you. And then it was drawn on me. But it's the same one. So we're together and there's a line that's drawn on us. And now it's drawn me in. What the line has?
Well, so the black line drawn on you feels like someone getting crossed off, right? So he's like,
yeah, he's getting crossed out.
I'm the same. I'm the same as you. Like I'm nothing. You got crossed off. I got crossed off. And now I'm into this idea of being canceled. He's like 25 years early on cancel culture.
You think that's where it's headed?
So interesting interstitial on this song. Like Adam Duritz is a feature artist in the song. He sings all the backing vocals.
Get out of
Did
here.
you know that?
I did not know that,
No.
sir. Oh, I see it now. Featured artist.
Counting Crows singer.
And it's got a Grammy Award for Best Rock Performance by a Duo. Huh.
Yeah. So is that like, oh, cool,
just
Dylan's
with a
kid
chorus that is impenetrable. Like the chorus words are nonsense. Like we're just singing the same black line that was drawn on you is drawn on me, and now it's a cosecant transverse angle, and you gotta calculate. It adds up to 180 degrees.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
and I don't understand really like where the heartache is, I guess.
Yeah,
like,
that the heartache appears out of nowhere. We're talking about lines and they're being drawn, and then it's a heartache.
Oh, they're saying the 6th Avenue line is New York City's busiest subway line.
Oh,
okay. Well, there you go.
so we're definitely walking on the street and there's a subway.
The heartache is because he's homeless.
Huh. Well, and that really does fit the kind of aesthetic of Adam Duritz, so I see why they pulled him in.
Yeah, he was homeless chic, wasn't he? Cargo shorts,
But with a jacket.
yeah, or like one of those like burlap hoodies that people in Colorado wear. What are those made out of? Like hemp hoodies. Yeah.
Yeah. Just the most uncomfortable piece of clothing you could ever find.
Yeah, it seems scratchy.
If there was like a polar opposite of cashmere, it would be the Adam Duritz hoodie.
The Adam Duritz hoodie. Get your Adam Duritz hoodie and you can wear a hair shirt under it. Want to be genuinely uncomfortable? How about mix together some dreads with a hair shirt and a hemp hoodie that'll scratch your nips?
Let's try not showering for 4 months.
He dated a bunch of celebrities.
Did he get around?
Oh my god.
Adam Duritz?
Yeah. Are you ready for this list? Here it goes.
Yeah.
Laura Flynn Boyle, Monica Potter, Winona Ryder, Jennifer Aniston, Courtney Cox, Mary Louise Parker, Christina Applegate, Samantha Mathis. Remember, she was Pump It Up, right? Remember her?
Yeah.
Dude, what a run.
Oh, and then I guess Emmy Rossum.
Emmy Rossum, the like from Shameless?
Wow.
Yeah.
She's like a child compared to him. He's like 30 years older than her.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a little creepy.
I
That's
guess-
way creepy.
2010. So how old was she then?
Well, I guess she was probably like 25, and he's probably like Adam Duritz plus 18 more years after the Counting Crows record came out. I mean, good questions about Adam Duritz. I didn't know Duritz was just cleaning up in Melrose Place. Like, he just was like...
Just slaying the tang like an astronaut.
With 7 children between the 3 of us, there's no end to the types of stories where we talk about the things that our kids do or the stupid things we do as parents. So let's hear a couple more. Yeah, it's interesting to me, like, how parenting for our generation is so very different. Like, why are we non-pulsed by these things that our parents were like, oh, we can't have cursing in music, or we can't, see nudity on, or whatever, but like violence is totally fine, and like hitting your kids is totally fine, and making them piss their pants and lose their shit on jalapenos is totally fine. Like, how did we get so disconnected? I'm curious.
Well, I mean, it's probably like, let's go back to their upbringing, which was probably like I bet they thought, okay, this is all they're getting is like just a spanking. Like, I'm not beating the shit out of them by the tool shed right now with my fists. Like, this is just a belt and jalapenos. It's going to be okay.
Dude, this isn't funny at all, but go back to the turn of the 20th century, and there were basically like child laborers in big cities that were like, whose fingers were cut off or all gnarled up because they were just having to work like 14-hour shifts in the garment factory and stuff like that. And yeah, those people raising kids were probably like, hey, come here. And then they just were smashing their head up against the door, whenever they did anything wrong. It's like, kids never talk. Boom, boom, boom. And then like those people had kids and they were like a little bit easier. They were just like,
go milk the cow.
yeah. But like my dad talks about like his grandma who adopted my grandma. So like, there's like Depression era, times were tough, but he reached for something, like some food he wasn't supposed to be reaching for that she had already told him not to be reaching for. And she spanked him with the side of a butcher knife. Like, she just flipped it over on the flat side and like popped his arm with it. And he was like, like, could you imagine getting spanked with a butcher
With
knife?
the knife?
Yeah,
It's
even
like
though she didn't cut him, but like it's close enough,
Yeah.
That's crazy stuff.
That's threatening for certain.
Yeah. Yeah, times have really changed when it comes to that. Now we just have like, we have explosions of violence, but not just like a steady drumbeat of hyper violent action in the house, which is the way it used to be. Like, you used to just, oh, my dad hit me with a hammer yesterday and now things are fine. Like, that just happens less now, I think. My second kid, the middle child, he's 3, there's a summer camp gap this week, so he's been home, right? It's a lot because he's a lot to handle. He's funny, but he's like, he wants to talk a lot. He's got a lot of energy. He has to be entertained, So I've been busy this week. We go swimming yesterday at this public pool called Pam McConnell Center, and you go in from like, it's like 11 to 1. You can go swim with your kid in the wading pool, So we swim, we get out. You have to go to these little locker room booths to to change your clothes, I was changing my clothes first. I put the towel on him. I'm changing my clothes. And I should say part of fatherhood is that if you have sons, is that your sons are going to see your dick at times because you have to like pee in the same room as them when they're peeing, or, there's a lot of going to the bathroom together. And so this happens regularly, and that's not weird. That's just a fact of fatherhood, and you guys know it. I go into the changing room. I put his towel on because he's soaked. And then I start to take my pants off, and he goes really loud, "Dad, don't show your penis to me." Like that. And I was like, the very first thing that went through my head was to go, "I've never shown my penis to you," like that. And then I was like, don't say that. Because that's people are going to.
That's something a person who has shown their penis to their kid definitely would say.
Exactly. But I haven't ever shown it to him. He just has seen it during pee breaks. He's never said it like that, and he didn't mean that, but it was like really loud in a co-ed parents and kids locker room. And so I was like, how do I respond? And I was like, and so I just go, "Buddy, I have to change my clothes just like you do." And so I was just like, keep it very innocent. And I kind of said it loud in case anybody had heard it,
Did you do a quick look around?
Yeah, I was like, it was like in a door, in a stall, so the door's closed, but there's a gap above and below. So I know that acoustically it got out there. And so I was just like, oh man. But then in the same sitting, he like did a big circle around my stomach, and he goes, "Why's your belly so big?" I was like, "You little fuckface."
I mean, this podcast, exactly. Like, we'll never be Michael Barbaro, and we will not see you tomorrow. We're a bi-weekly podcast. Like, this is not the daily. Like, we're not doing this for anything other than just like we enjoy talking about music and like talking to each other.
Yeah, we're doing it to hang out. But also, I was thinking about another benefit of this thing, however long it lasts and whatever. It will always have it. And so, like, like 25 years from now, if you want to go, "Fuck, dude, I'm going to go listen to what we were bullshitting about when we were 40-somethings, for fun." Like, what a cool thing.
Yeah, no, I mean, we have like documentation. We have documentation of who we were and what we were doing. Yeah, it's cool.
Exactly. It's an archive.
Right. No, our kids are gonna grow up, and they're gonna be able to listen to like what kind of people we were when we were 40, and then they're gonna say like, "Why are you voting conservative now? You were so liberal."
Yeah. Why are you obsessed with Social Security now? Why are you obsessed with World War II documentaries on the History Channel? Just go play by yourself. Leave it. Go call your friends on your phone.
Go put on your augmented reality glasses and stop messing with my actual reality. I'm not here to dehydrate pizza with you. I want to make a real pizza in a real oven.
I don't know. Why don't you go hot dogging in your hovercraft and get out of here?
Oh, you're just going to teleport to the thing? Go on,
Oh,
then.
sure.
You know how to ride a bike? We're going to be so curmudgeon-y. I can't wait.
Oh, God, I hope not.
That's so
I really
funny,
hope not.
dude. That's such a funny bit. Just future dad who's still just a 70s dad smoking Marlboro Reds. It's like...
We have a new sponsor, boys. Did you guys hear about this?
I have not heard anything about this, but it's exciting news.
Yeah. So due to our marginal success, we got approached by this company, and they want to sponsor the pod. So I'm thrilled, and we are very thrilled to introduce Pretty Good Soap. I'll tell you a little bit about them.
Huh.
So Pretty Good Soap offers the quality cleaning experience of any major hotel company. By upcycling the used bars of soap from major hotels, they deliver that on-the-road feel at a fraction of the price. All used bars of soap are thoroughly examined by cleanliness experts, and you won't need to worry about any strange hairs on your Pretty Good Soap. Any you find will be your own. So order today at prettygoodsoap.com. Our teams are standing by to get your orders to you ASAP. So yeah, if you're a person that wants to stay clean, but like you're on a budget, you could try these guys out. It sounds like maybe there's some good for the earth. I feel like they just throw away all those bars of soap that you use at the hotel. So maybe we could plant a tree or something, metaphorically.
That's a pretty cool idea. It's use soap, obviously, but they just take the remnants.
But it's not going to be dirty, right? Because it's soap.
Soap can't be dirty. Soap's always clean.
Can soap not be dirty?
I mean, you got to rub it for a minute. Yeah,
I mean, nothing a good rinsing can't do. Yeah.
totally.
Okay, so if you drop a bar, like you have a zestfully clean bar of soap, like a big fatty, right? And you drop it in some mud, that's a dirty bar of soap, right?
Yeah, but it would rinse off in like 5 seconds. It would rinse off perfectly.
Right. Because it's soap.
That's incredible. What the fuck is soap? Is it the perfect thing for cleaning our bodies? Like, can anything clean our bodies better than soap as we know
I think
it?
the Bactine that they used for your vasectomy, probably.
That's true.
But maybe just that. Maybe the orange goo is the only thing that's better than a bar of soap.
No, it's a really interesting thing that we've happened upon in human history, soap. Like it's a fascinating product.
They talked about that in Donnie Darko. He was like, what is the greatest invention in human history or whatever? And it's like, soap.
Yeah, it saved millions of people's lives because they didn't get the plague. Or I don't know when soap was invented, but
No, millions of people died from the plague, and it didn't help them. That wasn't part
but
of
think
it.
of all the other
It's
millions.
more about
at
like, not
all.
dying from dysentery.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a Louis Pasteur thing, right? There was soap there before then.
No, he did the rabies vaccine.
Your parents didn't let you watch music videos. Did they also not let you read anything about history? Is that part of that?
So Jeffro, Russ, and I are pretty much 16-year-olds at heart. So a lot of our conversations do have a little bit of a suggestive or lewd nature to them, and we dive into some of the sex talk again. So let's hear a couple of those clips.
Okay, so other quick note, batteries. Okay, so
Yeah.
I have 2 boys. We all have kids. There's so many batteries now, and you're not supposed to just throw them in the trash because then the alkaline gets in the water, and then I guess people die of battery. I don't really know what happens, but you're not supposed to do it. But what do you do with them, man? We had just bags of batteries. I know, get renewable ones, but the renewable ones you got to charge all the time. I'm talking, we have at least 12 to 15 toys that require 2 or more batteries.
I'll just say that we always have batteries of every size, and I haven't ever had that in my house until I lived with my lady.
You're making insinuations.
We have AA's, we have AAA's, we have C batteries, we have D batteries, we have 9 volts.
And she's like, "Hey, honey, I think this is a D battery night." And you're like, "Oh no, my butt is gonna get stretched."
Well, I think both of those picks are great. Both you guys. I appreciate that. I feel like I know a little bit more about you guys, for different weird ways.
Oh, yeah. So I totally was like, this one I'm going to try to go a little more personal. I rarely do that. As I was going through, I'm like, this is a very convoluted way to like get this across. So actually, a lot of the stuff just will follow the song lyrically, but I didn't really reference the song at all.
That's all right.
Which is awesome.
I liked it. It's good, man. It's good to talk about who you are so we can shit all over it.
We can't really like hurt you if we don't know who you are.
Sorry, this happened while the song was playing, but I saw like a Twitter photo of somebody that was announcing their engagement, and if you zoom in on the bracelet that she was wearing, it was one of those little like letter bracelets, and it said just "come slut" on her bracelet while she was like holding her ring out.
That's the best.
She wears that? That's amazing. Yeah, I married the wrong people.
We started doing some traveling last year, finally, after that, we thought, okay, the kids can probably handle it a little better. And we have exclusively only done like Airbnbs and things like that. No hotels, just
Yeah,
the kids
hotels sucks.
always have their own room. It has been fantastic.
You can't just go and stay in a hotel room with your whole fucking family. Like, it doesn't, unless it's a suite.
Right. At the same time, you're going to be paying the same amount of money. It's kind of nice to have like a space. So
I feel like that used to be the case, but I feel like the Verbo thing is actually so much more expensive than a hotel
you
now.
have to look for the cleaning fees, because like they'll hit you with like $300 for that.
Yeah.
But not everyone has it. So if you know what you're looking for, you can do okay, I think.
I think Dave's cleaning fees are a little bit more because they don't eat Cheetos with chopsticks, and they're just banging the whole time.
Just covered in Cheeto dust.
The kids are covered in Cheeto dust, and they're just trying to sleep through Dad's heaving. It's a real mess in there. And then the cleaning people get there and they're like, my God. They get a black light out.
Oh, no, don't do that.
No. It's like Basic Instinct. Oh, God.
It's like a paintball convention came through.
That's cool in that music, the bass, whatever synth rises up in that thing, whatever that. That's like,
Yeah, that's a great review there, Jeff. Thanks so much. Anyway, we're going to move along from his scholastic opinion of the bass, was it?
all right, what's your fucking song? Hey, Big Shot, what's your big fucking song? What's your big time fucking song that makes you feel strong? Let's go.
Okay, like we're supposed to be chilling out, guys.
All right. Okay, the three of us, let's do a box breathing exercise. So we're going to breathe in for a count of 4, hold for a
All
count
right.
of 4, breathe out for 4, hold for a count of 4.
You should never breathe into a box. You can kill them that way.
Oh,
God. Just eat the box. Oh, I saw a thing just real quickly where it's like people that are taking those kind of live, laugh, love signs and putting them in different places of their house. And so the one that's like in the kitchen for the ice cream area that says, life is short, lick the bowl. They put it in the bathroom,
Oh, that's funny.
which I thought was fantastic.
That's pretty good.
And so my wife was like, what are some other things that we could change and like put in different weird places? Like, okay, in the bedroom, let's like, grab a plate and eat up.
That's so gross.
Chow down.
So gross to me.
Why is that gross?
It's just,
Chowing down?
yes.
Poor wife of yours.
I don't,
Gosh, give her some attention, man.
you guys are like brothers and sisters. I don't want to think about you chowing down on her plated veg. That's gross. Or like your junk on a plate and she's licking it. Yuck. It's the worst.
It's my dick
Yeah.
in a box.
I hate both of those ideas so much.
Sometimes the songs we pick hold a special meaning to us for different reasons. Maybe they remind us of something or someone, and it gets a little personal from time to time. Maybe a bit too personal, you say? Yeah, let's hear a couple of those where we get oversharey on our feelings. Jeffro, you were telling us kind of in our pre-show that you had some medical procedures this last week. Is that something you want to share with listener? I don't know what the HIPAA laws are up in Toronto.
Yeah, guys, I got snipped and clipped last week.
Like you got a shave? You got a beard trim?
I got vasected.
Welcome to the club.
And I walked in and I was like, let's vasect, guys. Let's do it. So then I was like, how many of these have you done? Out of curiosity. And he was like, I don't know, man, 200 for a year for 5,000. And I was like, wow, that's a lot of dicks. So I had to uncomfortably ask him about, like, I was like, do I also need to wait a week to, that's the way I said it, to,
Just leave the pause.
and he just goes like, I don't, what, ejaculate? And it was like, yeah. And he goes, I don't really make any rules about that one. Like, just do whatever feels right. And I was like, cool. I waited like 3 days to see how it's doing down there. It's fine. Yeah, it did not hurt at all. So Either I'm just a real pro, which is totally possible.
With that skinny vase, there wasn't a lot going through there anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Effective, but not copious, I guess.
Do you think vase diameter is associated with how far you can shoot? I'm not a distance shooter at all. Never have been.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like...
It just kind of oozes out of you.
It's not oozing. No, it's not oozing.
It's just like pussing out.
Gross. Oh my God.
I got into this debate with my wife. How do you guys how do you wash your butthole? Like, are you like a washcloth person or like a loofah or just like bar soap? Like, what's the process?
Okay, so I always hit it with the hand first to just dislodge whatever could possibly still be in there if I just blew it at some point. And then I go with it with a loofah, like, because otherwise if I go to the loofah first and I miss something, holy shit, man. Then I'm like picking out shit like it's no good.
Poop particles in your loofah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, no thanks.
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm very thorough on the anus because I think when I was a kid, one of my best friends was like, we were wrestling and he's like, hey man, your butt smells. And it like, he was trying to be helpful and it really stuck with me forever. Like that. It's like, I actually I'm humiliated a little to say that out loud because it hurts so hard. Like it was one of those like birth of a complex things. And so I swear, dude, since that's probably 33 years ago, I was like 8. I have been a voracious scrubber of the butt since then.
Religiously. Yeah, well, so like since we've got the bidet now, it's like I feel like I can get in there and pressure wash fucker. But still, like, it's that thing where if you like are walking around and you've got an itchy anus, you're like, I didn't get enough off of there. I got to get back in the shower or something like that. So
that is a non-issue for me. I don't get the itch butt because I'm so hardcore about getting it all cleaned out. Like I basically use wet wipes, after the toilet paper.
Yeah. No. Same.
Yeah. Because you
can't
gotta
flush
make sure
those though. Even though they say they're flushable, you can't.
Yeah, well, we just
the plumber will tell you otherwise.
We actually are trying to destroy the plumbing under our house because there's a voucher that you could get from the province to repair plumbing, and so we're just trying to blow that thing up with wet wipes.
Yeah, dope. Get those kids to start flushing some toys
Russ,
down
did
there.
you kind of believe that for a second?
No. I was just thinking that when we had plumbing issues at one point, the plumber came and he was saying, well, if you use the wipies, he always called them wipies, and he was like, if you use the wipies, that could really clog up the plumbing over here.
All those and like some feminine products coagulated and fat from people's waste in the sewer. This was in London. Oh, they called it a fatberg. This is real. It was a fatberg that clogged up like underground drainage, and they had to send somebody down there. I guess it's like a sewer scuba team, which has got to be one of the worst jobs in the entire world to have to go into that.
Jeez
and
Louise, dude.
I just can't even imagine. And so they go in there and they just see that there's this like enormous yellow ball of gelatinous goo.
God.
And they were like, oh fuck, mate. And then they have to break it down. And as they said that they're like chopping into it, there's just wet wipes everywhere because like all that stuff just clogs up and yuck. The fatberg. Yeah, you're welcome. So
thank you.
We have the most disgusting conversations on our pod.
This is just something that happened in real life that I read a news story about.
I'm just saying the stuff that we like to talk about always ends up being disgusting one way or another.
But yeah, you had something that you were going to tell us about, Jeff, that was supposed to be really funny. Let's let listener be a judge of it.
Great intro. Thanks, Dave. Appreciate it.
That's the best part. When you ever ask Jeff to be funny, he just can't do it. He just cannot do it on command.
I actually don't.
And he gets all self-conscious and he tries really hard and he really hates it. And here we go.
Does that happen? Does that really happen?
Yes. I swear on the last One Hit Wonders episode, we said something about, I asked Jeff to tell us a funny story or something, and he went this whole story. It always happens. Someone's like, this is my funny friend Jeff, be funny, Jeff. And then I just can't do it. Nobody laughs. No one thinks I'm funny. And I hate when they do that. And I'm so sad. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
I didn't make myself a peanut butter sandwich now. Ugh.
Dude, what an impression. Just stomping right on my balls.
You sounded just like him. He does talk just like that.
Talk like this, hey. Hey. Sandwich. Fuck you. Hey.
Lyrics!
To switch gears real quick, do you guys mind if I return to the lyrics of a couple of songs that I actually have questions about? It's not
please.
It's not just a bit. So kind of in line with what I talked about before, like I'm not always sure about subtext. A couple of songs I wanted to ask about. I might have just missed it or not. I don't know if this is common knowledge or not common knowledge, but first song, Beatles, Happiness is a Warm Gun. Okay. The song's obviously about sex, right? When I feel your finger on my trigger, etc.
Sure.
But do you think that happiness is a warm gun is a play on words for penis is a warm gun?
Oh, that's funny. Oh, I like that.
Happiness is a warm gun doesn't make any sense at all. And I've always sung it and just been like, and the rest of the song is obviously about fucking. And so then I was like, penis is a warm gun is that obvious to everybody, or is that like, I feel like I discovered something, but did I?
That's kind of funny.
I've not heard it described like that before, but yeah, I always assumed that the gun was the penis. But if you double entendres that with, bang, bang, you bang, and then you shoot. Bang, bang, shoot,
and
shoot.
he's saying, penis is a warm gun, right?
Yeah. I get that.
That's
obvious.
I like it.
Okay, so it's not common knowledge, right? It has to be.
Not to me, but I like it.
It has to be a
well,
joke.
that would not be
doing
subtextual at all. Right. So that would be pretty on the nose.
But that's what, obviously, and so they were like, let's call it, I bet they're like, let's call it happiness is a warm gun. And they're all like, that's pretty good. Dude, I just want to get to Paul McCartney and ask him if that's what it is. I need to know.
Yeah.
He's like,
yeah,
it's really in the mind of the beholder.
I don't know, man. When we saw him at ACL, it sounded like everything was like some kind of allusion to sex or whatnot. So I think
dude, Paul McCartney loves a bang. Smoke weed and bang.
Yeah.
All right, second song, real quick. Bryan Adams, Summer of '69. Are you supposed to hear the whole song as a double meaning on this is the summer where I've been 69ing?
He has come out and said that it was not the summer of 1969 at all. It was not that year. So,
he has. So this is on the record.
I believe he has come out and said that on the record, saying that it was not the year 1969 that song was about. Wink, wink. So.
That's awesome. It was the summer. It was the summer of 69ing. Cool. I like that you immediately knew the answer to that one. You have also thought about that before.
Oh yeah, I think everybody thought about that.
Final one, and this isn't really like, but okay, the song that goes, cotton candy, sweet as gold, let me see that Tootsie Roll. Right? Which is a phrase that works really well with that song, but it's just two food items and it doesn't really make sense. Was the Tootsie Roll, is that a penis? Or is it, let me see that Tootsie Roll? I thought it was maybe something that rolls. Is it supposed to be your butt gyrating? That's your Tootsie Roll?
Oh, I'm seeing right here that it was originally Tushy Hole, and they said that wouldn't rock, so they had to.
Is that true?
No, I don't know. I just made that up.
Oh, that's amazing. Good one. Let me see that Tushy Hole. Dude, did you get that? That's some good shit. And they're like, Yeah, but dude, you're on Capitol.
can't sell it at Walmart,
Yeah,
man.
you can't say tushy hole.
Oh, hey, real quick, I got targeted for this website last week called misfitstoys.com because like the Misfits were here a couple of weeks back recently, and I was looking to see if I get last minute tickets because sometimes they're just like super cheap, and it was going to be a good show. Reverend Horton Heat was playing, some other cool bands, but anyway, it didn't work out. But like Google heard and sent me this website. And so I got a pop-up from them, and it's like, hey, get a free Misfits toys mystery box for $5 or whatever, shipping, whatever you got to cover. I was like, okay, I mean, I don't, Misfits toys for $5. Let's see what they got. So I sent it in, and they sent back this stuffed dog that you had to put batteries in. And I'm like, what the fuck? This is not a Misfit toy. These aren't nothing to do with the Misfits. So I just gave it to the girls, and they're playing with it, and you know, it talks. It was like, oh, my tummy hurts. And I was like, I poked my head in, and the girls are just like, there's it looks like there's shit all over their face, and the out of the back of the dog are these like logs of shit. I'm like, what are you eating? And they're like, it's Snickers. And I was like, oh my God.
Wait. So what happens? You rub the tummy and it poops out a Snickers?
Yeah, you rub the tummy. It says my tummy hurts, and you rub it, and then it poops out a log of Snickers. I want my $5 back. But anyway, Misfit Toys with a Z. Go check it out, I guess.
Well, that's a wrap, listener. Our last bit of the year. Thanks, 2024. You were great. We can't wait for season 2 of 2025 coming at you on New Year's Day. We hope everyone's having a great holiday and, eating lots of pie, both kinds. And we can't wait for you all to hear what we've got coming up in season 2. So play it loud, keep jamming, and we'll see you next year.